Hey there, friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage today, doing a little bit of goofing around. I actually went and did a thing today, so I went back over to that shop where I picked up those five, mostly Camillus, Camco, and Syracuse knife. So here's today's everyday carry. That was what I carried today. That Syracuse knife. I still need to make a lanyard ring for it. But really cool knife, 1930s vintage Syracuse knife. This is one of the other ones from yesterday, but I went back and they had a bunch of them in the display case there, and I just said, let's cut to the chase. How much for the whole lot of them? And they gave me a really deep discount off of what they had them marked for. So I went ahead and just bought them all. Some of this stuff I'm really not interested in. The corkscrew things and stuff like that probably end up throwing up on eBay. They're pretty cool. I did look some of them up, but I'm going to bring you guys up to the tabletop here and we'll talk about them more. But got a bunch of stuff here, so we'll try to make it quick, but really cool. Some of these are like brand new, never have been issued or circulated. Some of them are used. But let's take a look. Let's go up here. All right, let's just check my camera here. Looking good. So we have a bunch of stuff. We'll get the kind of minutia stuff out of the way first. So we got a bunch of corkscrews here. This one's kind of cool. I did look this brand up. This is a Sauced, made in France, and I actually found that brand name was owned by another company that actually was also the owner of the Camillus company. So it was very interesting, but really well made corkscrew and cap lifter, and it does have a blade on it. And best I can tell, this was made probably in the 40s, maybe the 30s. Now these two, that was made in France, by the way. So these two, this one and this one, were made by, let me get you out of frame here for a second. I can't read that one. Let me grab the other one. W.M. Morley and Sons, Germany. And I did look that one up as well. Really, there's a lot of knives made by W.M. Morley. Didn't find much on corkscrews, but these are pretty cool. Really nice. No knife on these two, but it does have a cap lifter and a nice corkscrew. So pretty cool. Anybody who collects corkscrews, let me know. I'll let those go real cheap. And so now this other one here is a really cool, also made in Germany. It says York Solingen on them, and this one's really cool. It does have a blade on it. Nice snappy little blade. Cap lifter and really nice corkscrew. And it says Sherry and Brandy Pedro Domenico, so it's a kind of an advertising unit as well. And so this is actually a pretty cool knife. I think I'll keep this one in my collection. But this one is a Ideal Products Incorporated, made in Solingen, Germany as well. Real quickly, I looked this one up, and probably 60s or 70s on that one. Real nice snap on that blade. Oop, same blade. And then a little pen blade. Use a little bit of cleaning up there, but these are all coming out of that Camillus collection. So now I'm not sure what this one is, but I think they just threw this one in because I didn't pay for this. But this one just says Stainless Steel Japan, and it says United Nations on it. So, but just a little tiny keychain knife, single blade. Now this one is It doesn't have a maker mark on it, it just says USA on it. But again, it came out of the Camillus factory pile there. So, and it's just a advertising sample. And so now this one is actually already spoken for. I sent a picture to a friend and he said he was interested in it. But it has a couple of nail file nicks there. That's pretty cool, and a little poker. And it has a nice little pair of scissors. And let's see, it does have a little clip point blade there. I think that's what you call that. But this one says Barlow Stainless Japan. So I'm not sure about that brand, but it's just, I think that's an advertising thing there, CCG. And it does have a little blade with a screwdriver tip on it as well. So really cool little gentleman's knife. This one's very similar, has the same kind of blades. This one does say made in China on it, stainless made in China. So I'm not sure how this one ended up at Camillus, but they were having knives made in Japan or China as well. So there's one more that's a non-Camillus knife here, but it's really pretty cool. It is a utensil knife, or I don't know what you call it, but it needs a little cleanup on the spoon here. And then it has a knife that folds out, but this one is made by Enterprise Cutlery Company, and in Germany, it says, and DRGM. So I looked this up, and this is actually a World War II vintage, and this is something I think I'm going to keep in my collection. But this is a World War II vintage German military issue utensil set. And I actually saw a couple of different advertisements selling these, and they said sold for $175. And it wasn't in much better shape than this. So that is pretty cool. So that's, if I could sell that for $175, it would pay for almost all of this. But so now everything else that's here was definitely made by Camillus. Let's start up here in this corner. These are pretty cool. These are all Syracuse knives. This one here is a little two blade. Now Syracuse Knives, like we talked about yesterday, is a brand that was only made in like the 30s. It seems like they discontinued that in like 1940. This one's really pretty cool. It's a tiny, thin thing, all metal, no plastic or scales or anything. The whole body's just a folded piece of metal, but it does have a spring inside there, so it actually has some really nice snap, and really pretty cool. So again, a Syracuse knife made in, it says Syracuse, New York, but these are all made in Camillus. This one's really kind of neat colored one, little single blade again. I think it's very similar to this one, but that one's got scales with brass liners, and they all have pretty good snap. And the guy that put them at the store there did a really good job. Every one of the blades on all of these are razor sharp. This is another single blader with just some black, I don't know, probably not Delrin. I don't know if that's celluloid or what kind of, but a really hefty snap on that one. This one's a little two blade utility knife. Really nice there. And cap lifter and screwdriver. So those are all Syracuse knives. like this one. I actually picked up 2 Syracuse knives yesterday. This is one of them here. Really nice. So now over here on the right hand corner, let me make sure we're still, sometimes this mount I got up here likes to move. So I'm not only going to talk about one of these, but these are all 3 exactly the same. I already picked up one of these yesterday as well, but these are that Lipic USA, and just unbelievable if it's really true that these are the Lipic brand. And everything I find about the Lipic brand was, it was a very short-lived advertising brand that Camillus had only in the 1920s into the early 30s. And so I actually have 4 of those. So let those go, a couple of those go. So now this is the actually only Camillus branded one in the whole lot. And this one is actually a, it's got the newest Camillus tang stamp. And it actually has a date stamp on here of 1991. This is an advertising knife for this Mitchell Powers hardware company. And but it's a cool little knife, all metal scales, and 2-bladed little penknife. That's probably going to stay in my collection. Now, all the rest of these are all Camcos, so won't talk about every single one of them, but the ones that are different we'll talk about. So this is a little advertising knife with a little pen blade on that side, and this side is a nail file, double-sided nail file. Really pretty cool. And that one is actually a Camillus advertisement for somebody to buy that knife, or to sell it to somebody for their advertising. This is a just a standard Camco without any advertising on it. Little 2-blade jackknife with standard blades there. Another non-advertising Camco. I haven't looked up, this one says model 533. That's a nice little jackknife right there. Like I say, we got 4 of these little corkscrew knives, the Camco corkscrew knife. So it's got a little, just a little corkscrew there, and then a little pen knife with a cap lifter built into it as well. So these are all look to be uncirculated, brand new. There's a little bit of surface rust on the corkscrew on these. This one is unmarked. I'll probably keep that one. The rest of these are different advertising brands, but that's pretty cool. So it almost seems like they're magnetic. Now we've got 2 of this model, both advertising knives. Another Camco. This one doesn't have a model on it. I'll have to look up the model on these. But both of these are got your blade, and then it's the second blade is a screwdriver with a cap lifter. And we've got 2 of those. Now these ones are all the same as this one that I showed you guys yesterday. Another Camco with a nice, I think that's a drop point blade, right? And then screwdriver with a cap lifter. Excellent snap. So I actually have 4 of those, but the same guy who wants that one wants one of those. So we'll be those, and one of those are called for, so I'll probably keep one of those in my collection. The rest of them I can get rid of. And then I have 2 of these here, and these are some nice little Camco knives. Definitely want to keep at least one of these in my collection. I think I had one of these from yesterday as well. Let me take a quick look. Stand by. Alrighty, I'm back. I was wrong. So the ones I got yesterday was that Camco there. This Camco here that is like these ones. This is another Lipic here. And then this other Syracuse knife that's a little crusty, but it's got some character and it works really well and it's sharp. So those are the 5 I got yesterday, and then the rest of these are from today. So I'll bring you back over to the table, or the eye level camera, and we'll finish up. Alrighty, really pretty cool stuff. Got a smoking deal on all this stuff, so if anybody's interested in most of these are on the table for sale. My email address will be down below. We can talk about that off camera, and we'll figure out the best deal for both sides. So, but really appreciate it. Really kind of going off the deep end with the knives, but it's all fun. It's just another collection, right? So, hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.